But it's a pretty exciting field because for the next 30 years, it's going to be one of the biggest segment of multifamily, biggest segment of multifamily senior housing, because the seniors will be 1 million seniors. Because the seniors will be 1 million seniors. We are only like almost 60 some, million or so, but we will be 1/3 of population of USA will be senior citizens.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. So actually I've been chasing jobs all these years, right? Which you are too, right?
100%.
But now I'm chasing retirement communities. Where there are serene golf courses there, or ponds and lakes are there, and people want to retire, in good temperature wise and everything. So those are the places. That's why in Florida, we are building at 8 or 9 locations right now. And then we are building in Virginia, in Michigan, we built 12 locations already. And then we are going to Texas and all that, But anyway, but let's talk about your business. So share with us, how you are thinking your next 3 to 5 year course, will take you. Maybe audience would like to know, I'm sure.
Sure. So geographically, we've expanded quite a bit over the past couple of years, just unbelievable speed and casting a very, very wide net. So just a couple of years ago, we were only in California and Oregon. That's it.
Yeah.
Now we are California, Oregon, Colorado, out of the LA office. We're trying to get into Dallas. So we've been going to Dallas and putting a bunch of offers out. Dallas, as you may know, has gotten extremely expensive.
Oh yeah. Overheated. I mean, it's like.
Yeah. Out of the Miami office, as I mentioned earlier, we're covering 4 states. So what's that? We've gotten into 5 new states over the past year and a half. So that's, huge growth geographically. And, to manage that growth, we're vertical. What separates us from a lot of our peers is, unlike a lot of people in the multifamily business who like to outsource everything, our philosophy is it's best to insource, not to outsource. We hire everybody internally. We self-manage. We do a lot of our own construction. We've got our own project management / construction management. Accounting, operations, acquisitions, everything's in-house.
I love it, which is the best model, because that's what we did also. We had 135 full-time team members, because we managed all our assets. We have sold some now. Isn't it? There's so many economies of scale and you're able to save money, Max. Isn't it true? Yeah.
Yeah, not only do you have cost efficiency, but you have time efficiency and operational efficiencies. Because you've got one software for the whole portfolio, as opposed to a bunch of different management companies using different software, sending you different reports, different points of contact. I mean, everyone's internal. I mean, if you think about it, I don't know, I never understood why our industry outsources its operations. Operations is such an important part of any industry, any business.
It is.
And we feel that's why it's critical to keep it internally, because we generate the highest possible NOI at the lowest possible costs, which ultimately drives the most amount of profit, because you get the highest value.
Totally.
And
if you're doing a lot of, redevelopments and renovations and all, like you said, having that arm, that's what I understood. I had to hire a lot of people in my last 14 years, outside contractors. And oh my gosh, I mean, the price difference is amazing. You can get the same parking lot put in for 125,000 or 370,000. I got bids like that. I couldn't believe it. How can this person charge me this much, and this can come over 3 days and do the job and get paid and be done with it, with
welcome to construction.
Asphalt.
Welcome to construction. We get bids like that all the time. 15,000, 50,000, 1550. It's like, what are you guys even talking about? Especially in this market where everyone's so busy. They don't want to work for their normal profit if they're busy. So to get their attention, they have to make an outsized return, and whatever, we'll give it to a different vendor.
So true, so true, so true. So you use one software. I know there are several out there, right? Appfolio, RealPage, Yardi, Rent Manager, Build-In. Which one you have found is really good and it's inexpensive? I know I used to do RealPage. I let them go because it was too expensive, you know?
So what do you use now?
Oh, actually, Rent Manager. Can you believe it? On my portfolio, because we are not that fancy styles and things like that. I like to get to the nitty gritty, right?
Mhm.
So it's only $55 a license. That's all. And they never nickel and dime you at all for any extra cost. What? So it's just ridiculous. I've done it for 14 years on that software. I'm even thinking to use the same rent manager software for my assisted living also.
Wow. We use Appfolio, and
Oh, Appfolio is a good one.
we
Yeah.
use their premium software, which is Appfolio Plus. So we've
Okay.
got daily pricing as well as everything else that
Oh,
they
yeah. I love that. Rent Cafe, daily pricing. Yeah. Rent Cafe is probably similar system where it just fluctuates with the supply and demand, for the leasing, right? Of the competition and all. Is that what it is? Or no?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. We
correct.
love that too. You're right. What else can we talk about, Max, which can really bring value to our audience? Let's see. Any topics you want to kind of explore a little bit more? You're really passionate about?
Well, I think we should, talk a little bit about what investors should look for in a sponsor
Yes.
when they're
Oh,
investing, because I'm sure you've got a lot of accredited investors who are currently listening to this. And
looking into, you bet. You have 1,000 you mentioned, and I have 430 investors where I started with only 50,000 or 100. They have given me 4 million or 3 million, and then their relatives and friends. I'm sure you also have very similar. Please share with our audience what should they look into, yeah, with passive investing.
well, I think
Hi, you are listening to Syndication Made Easy podcast. We will be right back after this short break.
Hi, thank you so much. This is Vinney Chopra, and thank you for subscribing to my podcast and YouTube channel and Facebook pages and all the great things, and LinkedIn. Connect with me. I come live to you every Friday at 9:30 Pacific with Vinney and Bo show. Please also look at that, and also the podcast, which is my apartment syndication made easy. The book I wrote a couple of years back became international top seller on Amazon International now. And then we like to bring great guests for you every week or twice a week sometime to give you a lot of great knowledge. So please subscribe. You give us 5-star reviews on the iTunes. The better the guests we can bring, and our ranking will go higher also. Thanks again for following us and really getting the most out of it. Please comment, like, share, because we would love to bring better and better material for you.
Well, I think, first of all, you want to look at the fee schedule before you even start doing too much digging on who the sponsor is, what their track record is, what are their areas of expertise. Look at their fee schedule. If you think relative to what you're seeing out there in the market, and that's kind of easy to tell because you could just go to the crowdfunding platforms.
Yeah.
Thank God for the Jobs Act. That was such a great thing.
Yeah.
And that created the crowdfunding industry. So you can just go out there and see, check 5 to 10 sponsors and see what they charge. You get a 1-point act fee, and you'll see what's market promote structures.
Yes.
Some other fees, asset management, property management.
Yep.
Maybe a dispo fee, probably not. And you should see what they're charging, and that'll give you an idea of what the comp set is. And, if you've got a sponsor who's charging egregious fees, then forget about it. Stop right there, turn the page, go to the next sponsor. If you feel like their fees are in line with market and other sponsors, then keep going and doing homework. How long have they been in business? What is their track record? Do they insource? Do they outsource? Not that you should necessarily make a decision based on that, but I think that helps. If somebody has a real organization with a lot of employees and people making things happen operationally, then it's probably a pretty good organization.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would look at all that stuff when looking at the
How
fund.
about the partners? I know one thing I also tell my students and my investors to see who are in the kitchen, I call it, because a lot of deals are getting put together now with so many sponsors, so many principals. And I always have found the partnerships don't last too long, unless there are really good, strong ones and they have weathered the storms. But how many people they had to assemble on the top to qualify for the loan? And then how many of the real syndicators or people had their own skin in the game? So those are some other things also I tell my investors. Of course, they want to talk to some of the investors who have had some experience with those sponsors to find out, did they deliver on it? How is their communication, right? That's the other part. And are they giving the dividends? Have they missed any? Did they lose money? Because sometimes I have found, people have to, in SEC ruling, you have to declare everything. If something went bad, even one deal out of 100 went bad, they have to explain and share that.
Right. That's great. That's a great idea.
Yeah. So share with us, how what motivates you, Max? I mean, every morning, how do you keep it and how is your structure right now within the company? How many people you have, and do you have like vice presidents of each division? How do you do it?
So let me answer the first part of that question. What motivates me is we have a great organization. It's a great business. I love the industry. We're continuing to scale. We've had success, and I want to compound on that success.
Yeah.
And I think health and fitness is very important. So get up early in the morning, go to the gym, get the workout in, and have a very productive day that way. It's a great way to start the day, right?
Yes.
So in terms of the organization, we've got a few people in acquisitions who are managing directors or directors, three, one who covers the West Coast, one who covers mountain states, and one who covers the Southeast.
I see.
And then there's a team, around them. We have analysts, we have associates, and then we have operations. So we've got a director of property management in the Southeast, a director of property management in California who covers the Western states.
Yeah.
And then again, they've got their direct reports who are like associates / regional managers.
Sure, regional, and then
Help them out.
no community manager, we call it, or property
Oh,
manager.
well, yeah, but even
leasing,
of course, we have the on-site staff.
Yep.
And we have a regional, some sort of a regional or a director to cover the on-site staff.
Yep. And then accounting department, I know in the peak, I had 5 full-time, team members. And, of course, vice president of accounting, plus 4 more, and senior accounts payable manager also, who was really, she was in charge of all the different property. You are also set up like that, internal accounting, right?
Yes, we're internal accounting. We have a controller / CFO.
Okay.
We have an assistant controller. We've got a few property accountants and 1 AP clerk.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you do charge, even though you're internal, vertically integrated, I call it, but we do put the charges on the property level, because if we have to hire a third party, they're not going to take all the expenses of the payroll and everything and accounting and all these construction on their balance sheet. Not at all, right? So we that's how we did. We charged it at the property level, all the different, rightly by number of units or whatever, so that each property paid for portion of the, what's that called, total earnings or salaries and all that. That's how you do it too, or no?
The properties only pay for on-site staff.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a property management fee, and that covers our in-house expenses.
Okay.
So we don't bill back accounting. No, we don't bill back accounting to the properties.
No, you don't? Okay,
No.
see, because each property, okay, maybe it's okay. Yeah, I don't want to, but what I find is on other P&Ls also, they say this is the accounting fee, this is the, tax preparation fee, and all those, those things are there. But
Yeah, sure.
it's a,
Well, tax is different. Tax is different. Yeah, of course, the LLC pays for the LLC's return,
yes.
but for our in-house accounting staff, we pay for that ourselves.
Wonderful. Yeah, it's all, how you are able to do it. What books, can you suggest anything to the audience which has really made a difference in your thinking lately? Any book you have been reading, or any other, things, what you do for fun? That's my last question I usually ask, yeah. And how do you give back to the community? That's my other question. Yeah.
Books, I recently read James Clear's Atomic Habits. I really liked it.
Atomic
Habits was awesome.
Oh my gosh, I have it on my Audible. Yeah.
It's really good.
It's amazing.
Really
yes.
good.
Yes.
Just like little mini hacks, to make your life a little bit better, because that's, who are we really? We're just a culmination of our habits, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I really enjoyed that book. I recently read Sapiens. Sapiens was awesome.
Mhm.
Right now I'm reading Bob Iger's autobiography, which I'm really enjoying.
I see.
What else? What was the other question?
Oh, how do you give back to the community? Do you do some, things you do for the communities you buy in, or, some charities you give back to, or any kind of purpose like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm involved with the Jewish Federation in Los Angeles.
Yes.
They're very charitable to the Jewish community,
Yeah.
and I'm very active with them. Also with APAC. So those are probably my two largest charities.
Awesome.
APAC
Oh, how about fun? What do you do? Or
I love
something that
snowboarding.
nobody knows about you, if you want to tell us.
I love snowboarding.
Snowboarding.
Actually,
oh my gosh. Wow.
as we sit here today, I have a cracked rib because I was in Montana a couple of weeks ago, Big Sky. One of our lenders took us on a trip. They took some of their borrowers on a trip, and we went to Big Sky, Montana. And unfortunately, I fell and I cracked a rib. But that's definitely my favorite thing to do this time of year, for sure.
Oh, I hope you feel better. You
you.
heal better. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, Max.
Thank you for having me.
Such a pleasure, brother. And my editors will be doing it. And again, everybody, if you like the content of today's podcast, please share, give us 5-star reviews, and we would love to see you next week.